These are my top 5 reads of the year. I read 104 books this year. These are the ones I cannot stop thinking about. These are in no particular order. No one is surprised that Brandon Sanderson made the list. He has rapidly become one of my favorite authors over the past 2 years. I've been hosting buddy reads of every single book, and oh my gosh, the Cosmere is everything. This book had the most insane Sanderlanche I've ever read, I think. There were so many amazing reveals. Shallan really grew on me in this book, which I wasn't really expecting. I'm still not a huge fan of Lift, but I'm hoping that she will also grow on me in the next one. The epicness of his stories, the details that he puts in these books, how? Okay, the next one I have to shout out is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. Y'all know that I have been talking non-stop about this duology since the first one came out. I cannot stop thinking about them. I feel like this is one of the most beautiful love stories written. The writing is so incredibly beautiful. I love historical fiction, and so I love that this reads like a historical fiction with fantasy elements. We got a lot more of the gods and political intrigue in this book. I'm just a sucker for beautiful writing, and Rebecca Ross is so good at it. And speaking of beautiful writing, The City of Stardust is absolutely stunning. I know this book is not for everyone, as the Goodreads reviews will show you. However, I think you need to understand what you're going into with this book. It is a series of short vignettes told in a non-linear format. So if you haven't read anything like that before, it could be really jarring or feel confusing, but I absolutely loved it. It is a portal fantasy. The writing is gorgeous. The villains are literally the most atrocious creatures, you just loathe them so much. And there is a soft FMC, there is a little bit of a romantic subplot. It just has all the elements of everything I love in fantasy. Y'all know how much I love Jane Austen, so when I hear that a book is set in the Regency period, I get so excited. Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater was such a cute, fun read. You get all the elements of the Regency era that you absolutely love, but make it with traditional fae and fairies. There is so much snark and wit in this book. I absolutely loved the banter, the grumpy romance. I loved all the magic and the traditional fae. I would say if you also love things like Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, then you would probably love this book. Lastly, rounding out my top 5, probably no surprise at all, but The Fear of the Gods by John Gwynne. I absolutely love the Bloodsworn Saga so much. I am so invested in all of these characters, and this was such an epic conclusion, and we've been waiting for it for 2 years. Yes, there's a lot of battles. Yes, he absolutely made me cry more than once, but I just love this story. I do feel like there's some loose ends though, so I'm hoping for a novella and that we don't have to say goodbye to all of these characters so soon. If you love epic fantasy and you want that grittiness, you want characters that you can root for and characters that you absolutely loathe, and an incredible Viking setting, this is the series for you. Let me know what your top 5 books were in the comments.